Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going over distortion. So there's two types of distortion. There's this distortion section here, and there's digital, and then there's analog distortion. So overdrive and foldback are analog distortion. Clip, decimate, and big crush are digital. So these are your 5 flavors, and you have them all here. So overdrive, so what I'll do actually, I'll do overdrive first. So we will take a sine wave. I'll just turn this off. Right, so we have a sine wave here. Right, one single harmonic, no, harmonics kind of like you would have with a saw, lots of harmonics there, very pretty. Square or sine wave, no harmonics. Well, one harmonic. It's a basic sound. It's the sound of the universe. All right, so let's drive that. So what that does is it's much like running it through a guitar string through an amplifier. You get rich harmonics, right? So even with the amount at 0, you have a harmonic there. Pretty cool. All right, let's bring that up. You're overdriving the amplifier circuit. Virtual analog circuit of the amplifier, right? So we've effectively added harmonics to something that only had one harmonic. So imagine what that does with a saw or a square wave. Very cool. And we can just kind of right, and that sounds very Moogish, and that's because the mini Moog originally had, by design, the amplifier being overdriven. They didn't intend it, but it was overdriven in some revisions. Very cool. That is overdrive. Fold back. Oh, we'll go clip. Clip is, we'll look at this guy up here. Clip is once you drive it, you can't go above a certain point. Some circuits, by design, the analog circuits, they could handle going over 0 dB. Clipping, like in CD, or when you export a file over 0 dB, you get clipping, and it can't go above a certain point. Oops. Right? Kind of goes up, and then it stops. It's like, please, I can't go any higher than that. It hurts, right? So there's that. And effectively, we can turn a sine wave into a square, basically. And we have some very interesting harmonics there. Very cool. All right. With foldback, once it reaches this 0, it kind of goes backwards. So it folds back onto itself. And I'll show you what that looks like. Right. So here's kind of the point of return. It's kind of a soft saturation. Right. Folding back. Right. So it kind of, instead of going up, it went back down. It folded back on itself, and that's analog once again. Very cool. All right, so there's bit rate and sample rate reduction, decimate or bit crush. Decimate, what that does is that compresses the information horizontally, so over time, right? So that's what decimate does. Right, I might want to do that. Creates a stair step and adds interesting harmonics. So it creates a stair step over time. Bit crush creates a stair step in amplitude, so at a single point in time. Right, so you can get those crunchy basses. Right, so we've effectively turned a sine wave into something very digital and wavetable-y. Right, so with that, you got some really interesting harmonics from a simple sine wave. Right, so you can think of distortion kind of like the opposite of filtering. So what the filter does is we have this guy. We have cutoff, shaving off harmonics, enhancing the cutoff point. So once we get there, we can add harmonics by driving this. I apologize for shaking your house, but that is the relationship between distortion and cutoff. It's a very interesting relationship that is very fun to do. And yeah, that would be my tutorial on distortion. There's also a filter drive here if you want to play around with that too. That's more of a utility for the filter. But yeah, hope you learned stuff, and take care and have a good one.